Morning, ladies and gentlemen. I hope everyone's good. It's mid-November and it's about 7:15 in the morning here in North Wales, and this morning I'm here in Conwy. I'm going to take a lovely early morning walk. It's a walk that I do quite a lot actually. That's the old Bodlondeb mansion that became the headquarters for the local council here. But then the council built a new headquarters in Conwy Quay. So I do believe that old mansion there and the more modern building attached to it at the side that became council offices and a council chamber has been either leased or sold off to some private company, I believe. I think there is some concern over what's going to happen here in this rather attractive park. Lovely woodland walks here if you've never been, but I think the plan is that the Bodlondeb Park itself will still be open to be used to the public. But this is the path now from Bodlondeb. I'm going to show you the little walk into Conwy. So we've just come down that path there, past this building. There's the Conwy Town Walls, and we're going to do a left and walk down this road to Conwy. It's the road. Looking at the town walls here this time of morning, they do look quite ominous. Absolutely incredible piece of architectural endeavour. And though it's early, there's lots of dog walkers about. There's something very special about getting up really early to go for a walk round some places that you're even familiar with. Kind of gives you a new perspective on them, really. Did that in London last time I was there a while ago. Very interesting. Okay, we can go that way under the arch into the town, and we will come back here because the little side entrance you can see there on the left, the little arch, pedestrian arch, is going to be our route up onto the town walls. But first we're just going to go down here, take a look at Conwy Quay. Okay, here we are down on Conwy Quay. I'm not going to hang about because I want to get up on the walls early. There's the smallest house in Britain. Liverpool Arms pub is over there, and there's public toilets over there. But rather concerning, I'm afraid. It looks like those public toilets may be lost because I think there's plans to turn them into an entrance to a block of flats that's going to be somehow constructed and melded into part of the building that's already there. So once again, more free to use public toilets being lost. That was Lower Gate Street that took us down onto the front. you can get back into Bodlondeb that way. Let's go up on the walls now. Quite surprised at how busy it is around here actually, so early in the morning. Possibly tourists are still coming. Oh, the walls here are blocked off. Okay, that's great, isn't it? Are the walls blocked off now? I don't know. This may end up being a very short video. So let's go up here to see if we can find another entrance to the walls. If not, it'll be a quick tootle round Conwy and back home for a cup of tea. How disappointing. I do look up these places before I come to them quite often, and no record, or I could find no report that the entrance to the town walls has been blocked off. But there you go, these things happen, don't they? Oh, we've come up to Upper Gate there. Just take a look at the walls from the outside. Interesting old architecture over there, and of course down here, once again something that shows us how remarkable those Victorian builders were. Here we have the castle walls, yeah, and then underneath the ancient town is a railway, the main North Wales Coast railway line. There you go. Looking at this front bit here, I don't feel that's part of the original castle, the squared off stonework. I could be wrong, of course. Like I often say, I often am. Let's go here. Wall, oh there we go. Wall walks temporarily closed beyond this point. Okay, so what we'll do then, we'll go up to Upper Gate, back up there, and we'll see if we can get on to the walls up there. I haven't got a clue what's going on here. With regards to the wall walk being closed, wasn't that long ago we were going for a walk on them and they seemed fine to us. We didn't see any obvious issues or problems, but I assume Cadw have closed them for a reason. And this gash in one of the towers, possibly caused by the construction of the railway. The good thing about me filming these walks is that, like me, I'm afraid, you're going to have to take the rough with the smooth. And when you do turn up at some of these places, I'm afraid they often are blocked off. There's things going on there. Events are taking place. So just think of it as a little bit of YouTube real. The tower there at the top of the road isn't itself up a gate. Upper gate's there. Yes, it's not Upper Gate. Upper Gate itself is here. It was kind of, I suppose, the back door to the town. So this would have been the main entrance for any inland inhabitants. Okay. Can we get onto the walls here? It's actually the highest point of the walls here, Upper Gate. Fingers crossed. Here we are. Quick look at that. Personally, I think that this upper gate would have been inhabited by the military elements in the castle. It's very well fortified. It would have been seen as a main significant entrance into the town from an area of massive potential weakness. And if anyone got through the first portcullis, they would have arrows, all sorts of things thrown down at them from here. And then if they were still going, even more would be aimed at them from here. And I assume even if they got onto the street there and started going down that way, they would still be fairly easy targets. Let's carry on up to the top, or as high as we can go. I think I've read that in these parts, or upper tower, there would have been buildings constructed probably out of wood. So let's go up here now to this tower that we were looking at as we were walking up the hill before. So it's kind of all part of the Upper Gate complex, really. This is the highest point. The guards here would no doubt have seen who was coming, and up there the views you get of the Welsh mountains, the surrounding area, are absolutely fantastic. This is the bit, for some reason, all the way down to the front there, that's been blocked off by Cadw. It's a shame really, because the towers going down there do make a nice and interesting walk. And actually, up until COVID, you could walk up there, and I must say, I've got to be honest with you, it never felt dangerous to me, and we used to come for walks up here quite a lot. So again, I'm afraid I am a little bit perplexed why these areas that I've spent all my life, really, since I've come here as a kid, walking up and down and around, are now suddenly being blocked off. There could be structural reasons for it, but that highest tower, which I think is a significant part of the walk around the walls, gosh, must have been blocked off now for about 5 years or so. Conwy Castle. And if we turn here, the Welsh Mountains. Once again, from this part of North Wales, the mountain range that dominates really, because it's closer to us and closest to the coast, is the Conwy range. Steps there, going up to the top of the tower, up the gate. Now I understand why they're not accessible to the public, I do get that. Nevertheless, despite Cadw's insistence on, or reasons for, blocking off an enjoyable part of the walk on these walls, whatever their reasoning is, seems to be a lot of traffic over there coming into Conwy. You see it? Could be some fun run thing taking place here. Has fascinated me for a long time. I've tried to research it and find out what it is, but on the east side, if you like, of Upper Gate, this construction here, obviously partly gone now. Yeah, my guess is that it's part of the remains of a latrine. If anyone knows. Oh, I think I've got 4 viewers now, so one of my 4 viewers, do let me know. The towers here, most of them, except for 1 or 2, were built semicircular like this. So to keep out of the weather, maybe the guards would be here, keeping an eye out through their arrow slits. So the back of these semi-circular towers were open to the elements, and as part of their defence, across the back was basically more or less a plank, so that if the tower, that particular tower, got invaded, as they were retreating, maybe the guards could just kick away the plank, and that would completely isolate that tower from the rest of the wall. So that's, you know, simple but very clever. And if I can find a graphic that explains that in a fashion you can understand better than I've just explained it, I will be putting that up now. See, looks of more significance, this particular tower, but once again it's on a kind of a dogleg bend going from Upper Gate entrance. It's still semicircular more or less, isn't it? As we walk towards, I think this is an enclosed tower here, and it's an area of some significance to those of you who have an interest in Welsh history, because it was the area where Llywelyn's hall was. Wonder how many intimate conversations were had there. Yeah. Hello, seagull. There's the Erskine Hotel. Conwy Town there. Definitely getting busy now. And here is where this particular part of the walled walk ends. Brings us to Conwy railway station. There is another part of the wall you can walk across further that way towards the castle where there's a large car park. May go and have a look at that in a minute. Let's just go down here now. Danger, peril. So we've just walked along there, come down here. Here's the station. You can get back out onto Rosemary Lane and into the town by walking along the platform here. See the steps there in the distance? Hope you can. But we're not going to go that way just now. We're going to go and have a look back over here. That there is a modern construction, that entrance in relative terms. Here, now, I'd say that was a tower of some significance. Don't want to disturb anyone. I believe that this wall here was part of a hall that was in existence here before Conwy Castle and its walls were built, as it formed part of Llywelyn's hall, used by Llywelyn ap Iorwerth. From what I can gather, Llywelyn's hall was kept for around 30 odd years after these walls had been constructed. Then it was got rid of, demolished or removed. I think the roof was taken to Carnarvon Castle. You can go back into the town up a path there, but we're going to go back this way now. Railway runs along there. Pointed arch there going into Conwy railway station. That would have been built around the mid 1840s as opposed to the mid 1280s when the wall itself was built. Told me looks like there's some running event on here today in Conwy, so I'm not going to hang about again. I come on these walks very early because it's quiet, and it looks that on this particular occasion everything that could go wrong has gone wrong. Half the wall is blocked off to walk on, and it looks like there's a major significant event taking place in Conwy as well. Such is life. Like I said, you got to take the rough with the smooth, haven't you? So I'm going to be scarpering pretty quickly to remove myself from this into the town there, but we're going to come here because here, ladies and gentlemen, is the famous section, well, to some of us it's famous section of the Conwy Town Walls that has 12 latrines built into it. You can see by that one there, they would have been fully covered in stone. They were apparently called garderobes, and besides being latrines, would be a place where people would store items such as clothes, etc. I mean, they don't look that big to me, so I'm not sure how much they would have got in them. That one there is still a fully constructed garderobe, and they are in fact the forerunner to the modern cloakroom. If I can get on the wall to take a closer look, I will. Christmas is coming! Once again, I can't get up there, I don't think, to have a closer look at those garderobes stroke latrines. It's ridiculously busy here this morning. They've got some event on, like I said. I'm starting to lose the will. Visitor centre there. We're behind the Erskine Arms here. Haven't eaten there for a while, but they do nice meals there. I think it's also a hotel if you're ever thinking of staying here. Church Street we're on, and in an attempt to remove myself away from the chaos and mayhem that is whatever's going on here this morning, some kind of run I think. Let's come down here. I think we trip then. This is a lovely old church. Once again, early on a Sunday. It's closed, but you can get in there and it is free. Very nice, right in the middle of the town. I think it was the site of an old abbey. Had connections to the Princes of Gwynedd. But you can come here now from Church Street, walk down here, and there's a few ways out. One of them's down there, but we'll go through here. This brings us out by the Castle Hotel on the High Street. It's nice, isn't it? I often refer to Conwy as a bit of a mini Florence. Here's the Castle Hotel. Go through that arch you can see down there, takes you back onto the quayside. If you do a right at the bottom of this road, a few shops along, there's a very nice bakery. Does excellent bread and cakes. We're not going to go that way because once again, in an attempt to get away from the mayhem, I'm going to go up here. So I'm going to start strolling back to the car now, and I'm going to end the video here actually. Yeah, it's been an interesting one. It's barely 8 o'clock on a Sunday morning and Conwy is absolutely packed due to this run. It looks a bit more than just a fun run to me. It looks like there's one or two people here. It look like they're taking it all quite seriously. There's a shot of Bodlondeb from an angle that doesn't have 50 people walking towards me. I'm parked over there by the cricket ground. So that was an interesting one, wasn't it? See you in the next video. As ever, do look after yourselves. Take it easy. Bye bye. Tell you what, it's absolute chaos here, to be avoided at all costs. Crazes. The driver of this vehicle isn't holding the phone, by the way.